What's going on, family? Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And thank you for rocking with me today, man. And just want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. And today we're going to be discussing one of my favorite movies of all time. And this one is called Jason's Lyric. This movie stars Jada Pinkett, Alan Payne, Bokeem Woodbine, and a young Forrest Whitaker, along with Susan Douglas. This movie, I was a little too young to be watching this. I had no business watching this movie back in the day, but my father used to put on movies like this, and man, it just stood the test of time with me, especially in my mind. It was one of those stories where I'm not big on rom-coms, but this movie touches. It touches you in places where, you know, as you get older and you realize what love is, if you're ever lucky to fall in love, this movie hits you in the right place because you know exactly where these characters come from and what they mean to each other, to the story, to the plot. And we're going to go head right in this, man. Forrest Whitaker stars as two boys' fathers, and he must deal with his own demons. You can tell he's suffering from some kind of PTSD. He comes back from the service, ends up a drunk, has a beautiful wife that he mistreats, and he beats on. And unfortunately, one of the sons takes matters into his own hands and ends up murdering him. And man, the story from there trickles on as years pass. One of the sons gets locked up and comes out years later to only continue along that route or maybe change his life, right? We don't know. But these are the reasons I think you should definitely see the film. Starting off with the positives. Forrest Whitaker is marvelous as Alan Payne's father in this movie. He's a man that must deal with his own personal demons along with his estranged relationship with his wife, played by Susan Douglas, who's remarkable in this role. The rest of the cast has Bokeem Woodbine, Lisa Nicole Carson, who's amazing in her role in this movie, Eddie Griffin, who's forgettable in this role, among others, man. Exceptional in the story, both tragic and uplifting. And it isn't often that you get to see a compelling film that deals with human sacrifices, love and the courage to find true love and identity to lead a good moral life. And with Jason's Lyric, when it first came out, man, this was a film that became that testament of many, many issues combined. And for me, it's not just a film, but more in terms of reaching out to those unfortunate souls living a rather somber life and helping to reflect on those wishing to make change for the best. Alan Payne and Jada Pinkett, along with Bokeem Woodbine, all give electrifying performances. One of the strongest issues that the film dealt with was Payne's relationship with his brother. And the disturbing part of me, though, that, you know, Forrest Whitaker's performance as the father who goes berserk after the Vietnam War, losing all sense of morality for himself and his family, really puts you in a loop. It's like, wow, this is crazy. I feel sorry for these boys. And in a lot of instances, you can't even blame the boys for doing what they did. This movie's brilliant. I can't recommend this film enough. This film is captivating. You know, it brilliantly tells the story of love and sacrifice. As you can see, these boys loved their mother. They didn't want to see her in pain. And what sucked is, you know, they had her sacrifice a lot. But like I said, I just can't. This movie would have fell flat if it didn't star the cast that it did. Everyone has already stated how well the performances were, but the one that we can't forget in this is Lisa Carson's role as Marty. She's Alonzo's girlfriend, Jada Pinkett's co-worker in this. Her character left an impact on me because of how she faced her reality. And she faced her reality by looking at others, by quoting others. You know, I don't want to give away too much, but I would say that if you're looking for a nice movie that will tap into all your senses, this is the movie. It'll make you laugh, cry, and it's very, very relatable, especially now and this time And this movie was amazing. I had to take notes, you know. One endeavor in filmmaking that quite frequently doesn't turn out well is mixing genres. And Jason's lyric combines crime, drama, love story, to ghetto film, and it does surprisingly beautifully in that. The acting is remarkable, as I mentioned before. The script is remarkable. You can tell it's well written, it's well versed, and the emotion is none other than remarkable in this story. This movie could have turned out very, very pretentious and very cheesy. The characters, for me, were very well developed, and while the movie doesn't justify some characters' actions, it does convey compassion. It also provides new insight on what's really like to live in the ghetto. If you could find this movie, I recommend you go see it. Jason's lyric was one of those love stories where it has great strength, and the key strength is the worldwide concept of love. This story unfolds the viewer deeply and has you personally care for these characters. It's more than just about a boy and a girl or a relationship between two brothers and their trauma. The characters become real, and we feel as they feel, which is intense and unforgettable sometimes, man. This is highly recommended because it just brings me back to my heyday, man. You know, this film, I remember my father having conversations with his friends about this movie, and it wasn't a great film theatrically at that time. You know, it had its small promotions. I remember seeing commercials here and there, and probably judging by the cast back then, you know, because they were young actors, most people didn't expect it to be a good film, but it actually became a great film and a cult movie with powerful performances, and it tells the story of good and bad, and, you know, living with your mother in a rough area, and what are your options, and what happens when you try to get out of that, and then what happens when you actually meet the love of your life, and you can't live with the love of your life because of certain things in your past, or maybe certain things in your family's demeanor towards you. And this movie has a lot of personality to it. Jada Pinkett, she's ultra sexy and plays the love of the life of Jason. She's amazing in this. There's some fabulous, fabulous sex scenes. Jada looks fantastic. Overall, this was a good, realistic storyline. And we gotta mention Alan Payne, who delivers such a great performance. You know, I always felt like he was underrated. This man is a true thespian. And this is a must watch, especially if you out there and you want to have a good Valentine's Day. Trust me, guys. If you want to enjoy your night, nice cup of champagne or some maybe Moscato or white wine, a nice meal, hook up your lady, put this in. Trust me, you're not only going to put her to think, but you're going to show her, wow, this is romantic. You might even get some ideas from this movie yourself. Go and check out this movie. It's not often you get to see a classic like this. I give this movie 8.5 out of 10, easily. Go check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And if you want more content from me, subscribe. Peace.